Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile, I'm the NDZUSD trader. You can find at the website www.fibstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the fibstalker nickname. Good evening, today is a Monday, March the 10th, 2014, and it's 15 minutes to 11 p.m. Time in Toronto. And in this video, I'm going to review for you four markets. This is a daily update I publish on my blog, and it's a follow-up of yesterday weekly review in my newsletter. So in this video, I'm going to review the pound versus the US dollar, the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, and the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. So I'll start from the pound versus the US dollar, which is what you see on the screen here. And those who follow me know that I've been modeling price in this market using two different traces. The first, it's an extension higher, highs to highs, and that's where I would see pound retrace in order to continue its move higher. This market is in a move higher. If it has to continue this move higher, program trading has to pick up price at this 165.40. We don't know whether this is going to happen, but that's definitely a high probability trade. So I'll be looking for this price to retrace into that level. Recently also I identified another level that actually acted as a support for price. That's not something that we could use for trading. I could only identify this level after the fact, but once that these levels are identified, then we can keep using the traces we get. And this market reacted this 165.80 level and continued higher, but eventually actually broke on Monday. It broke today, and I'm going to show you the sequence of measure move on the 4 hours. So in this time frame, again I want to show the highs to highs, which modeled the price very well, but only after the fact here. And this level is now, I mean, acted as a support before 165 165.80, and if retested, might not act as a support anymore. Second tests are always dangerous tests. So what I'll do, I'll actually change color codes here, and 165.26 is the level of failure for this market, in which case you're going to see a retest of that wider support 165.40. So sorry, the 165.40 comes before 165.27, obviously. So anyway, that level of support comes before this failure, but this failure is not really important. The important failure would be this 164.73, which is the level that we will need to watch on the daily. So going back to the 240 minutes here, we had a sequence of measure move shorts and not longs, as I was anticipating. I thought that this level of support would bring price higher, even though we are in the 161 we are in the we reached the second target here on the daily chart. Now you will remember that yesterday I've indicated this level of support which got participation, but then eventually was broken today. So another important point is that the lows to highs here is also broken here. So we now have to do a number of consideration in this market, and the first one clearly is that there is a sequence of measure move here, which presented actually today, was confirmed today. And I did not mention this measure move because we had a support below prices here. And this brought price into first and second target here, the second target being 166.75. So the next sequence in the next measure move in this sequence would be this level. So this is an high level, high probability trade here. If we stay below 166.74, there is the possibility for this market to actually bring price lower into the first target 166.01 and even a second target, because this is an extension. So this would help price into that 165.40, which is the level that we have to watch. Also, if price goes above 166.75 here, there is still the possibility of a retracement into all the way halfway back. So unfortunately, we cannot rule that out at the moment. So if that happens, then this becomes 167.02 becomes the level to short this market. Moving to the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, yesterday I have suggested a level of support here, which would be the lows to highs in this market. And as we can see here, we are now seeing support in this market, and clearly support is coming from this high probability level here, and we are seeing price moving higher here. So in order to time an entry, we need to move into the 15 minutes chart here, and see what is the sequence of measure move in this chart. I will trace the level of support here on the 15 minutes of the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, and we can see here we had participation. Now if this participation actually breaks the sequence of measure move, so we need to identify the sequence of measure move. We have this first extension here, lows to lows, which brought price into first target, and then it traded this level, this anchor traded again. In fact, we can see same low to lows, also brought price into first target with a front run near 090.17, and the level was 019.11. So we'll consider that hit, and now the confirmation of this level of support will come if and only if we get actually a break above this 090.64, which would be an entry with a stop above lows here. So this is how you trade this market. And moving to the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar, not really a lot to say here. Unfortunately, this huge move higher we saw on Friday actually does not help, because we cannot break this measure move down here easily. However, when we move to the 15 minutes, we have enough price structure in order to study this market, and tracing from highs to highs, we see that 110.80 was respected, bringing price into first target 111.09 and second target 111.24. And after that, we could observe that during the Monday trading, that this level was respected. So we still now anticipate a continued move higher here, with price that can go into 111.46 and 111.72, and only if we break if we pierce on the downside this 110.87, there is the possibility of a retrace all the way into the next extension long here, and this would be this 110.67. So I see no reason to short this market at the moment. If we break 110.87, just wait for this 110.70 level here to trade, and you can try to trade this market higher with a stop below 110.53. Of course, it's always better to study the sequence of measured move on the 15 minutes in order to see when that sequence actually breaks, and that would offer you a high probability trade in case, and that would also cover you in case this price continue lower into the old halfway back 110.42. Very high probability trade here. Finally, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. Yesterday, again, I gave you a trade, and actually it worked reasonably well, although it actually broke the level of marginally the 61.8 level, but as you can see here, the price actually started continued moving higher. So when we actually trade the extension long here, we see that price marginally broke this level, but then is continuing higher. So if you manage to enter long this trade, you can actually keep your stop now just below lows here, and we should see this trade move into the two targets above, and actually we have the second target on the largest measured move here that lines up with the first target of this measure move. So the exit here would definitely be 0.8550 for this market, because this would actually bring price into the second target of the move of the wider move on the daily chart here, which is an extension. For those who follow me, you know that I've been identifying this level. So you want to exit when we get to this level here. This is also previous size, so we're definitely going to get a reaction there if price gets to that level. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video is useful for your trading, and I wish you a very good evening and a great trading day tomorrow, and a great continuation of the trading week. See you soon. All the best.